Welcome back to the channel, man. Hey, man, it's 2025, man, and I'm feeling good, man. Happy holidays to everybody watching, man. Hopefully you had a Merry Christmas, man. Hey, Happy New Year's, man. You going to accomplish your goals this year. You're going to find that career this year. You're going to pass all your grades this year. You're going to, graduate college. You're going to graduate high school. You're going to find your purpose. You're going to, land your dream job. Any goals you got in 2025 getting knocked out, man. That's from your boy Zone High School, man, to yourself, man. But look, let's get to the video. So in this video, we're going to talk about the different types of dance music that should be at teenage parties, man. So let's start the list off at number one with dance music, right? Anytime you have an individual song that represents an individual dance, that's dance music. You feel me? I grew up on lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it, shoulder lean. You know what I'm saying? You had the chicken head, the right there, the nays, the Dougies, the Gritties, the stanky legs. I mean, we all know dance music, right? We don't need to repeat it. We have something called TikTok music. People find old songs and they make choreographed dance to them. You know what I'm saying? We all know what TikTok dancing is. We all know about the Dallas Boogie. You feel me? You see 4 or 5 people taking turns and dancing, and this dude dance, he stops, he passes it off to this guy. I'm gonna put some examples in this video.
LG swag while I'm moving through the party.
The emotion that I would equate this type of music to is happy. This is the part of the party where everybody's happy, right? You play the dance music, everybody's happy. Whatever dance song comes on, everybody's doing the dance together, or everybody's watching the dancers dance. Everybody's on the hyper side, but it's a happy emotion, right? Emotion is very, very important when it comes to partying. So keep that in mind. The second type of music is twerk music. The third type of dance music is the turn-up music, the crunk music. Any type of music to make you jump up and down. You feel me? It could be, in my generation, you got the Lil Johns, you got the Waka Flockas, you got the Scrappies, you got the Boosies, you got the Webbies. This is the fight music. Now you got the NBA Youngboys, you got the Chief Keefs, you got the Pooh Shiesties, Back in Blood. These are the songs, when you play them, it's good for the party because it gets everybody hyper. It gets everybody's blood flow up. You feel me? There's science in this. It gets the blood flow up and it gets the party turned up, right? But what is the emotion? Because a lot of times the content of crunk music, fight music, NBA Young type music is violence. So the young men, the teenagers who can't handle the frequency of this music, they become angry. They become demonic. They become evil, right? Remember, while you're dancing in a hyper state, you're usually happy. Pay attention to the dancers. They're usually happy. When you start playing that crunk music, the turn-up music, it's good for the party, but it makes people angry. It makes people want to fight. This is, to me, the reason why most parties get shut down. In my last video, I broke down the formula that I would use and the formula that you should use if you're a teenager to have an effective party, right? The reason why y'all parties keep getting shut down and it's not fun is because all of the music is hyper. It's twerking music. It's dancing music. It's turn-up music, crunk music. It's music to get you up. That is where the slow dancing music comes in. The slow dancing music, AKA R&B music, right? I believe R&B music has been on the decline for about a decade. So in my day, I'm the old head now. We had a session during the party called the slow dancing session. That's what we called it. And it was when you would play R&B music and people would dance to this type of music in a slowed up pop locking style. So the guys would pop lock, but we would pop lock slowed up, right? So you would slow up your pop locking, you know, you get doing this. I got some examples in the video.
All you gotta do is look in my eyes. Guarantee I'm gonna lay you down, yeah. I'ma put in my grind, girl. With you, ever since we met, easy to rely on your eyes to reply when it's hard to decide. Look at me, and I'm a prime time individual. In my mind, I ain't trapped into make contact with you.
And the girls would twerk, but they would slow it down. We called that grinding. The reason why the slow dancing session is so important is because it slows down the frequency of the party. So now everybody's in this hyper state, hyper, hey. You got to play the slow dancing music to bring it down so everybody could calm down. So now the guys start slow dancing, the girls start grinding, and what now starts happening? Now you start seeing dating. Now people start dating within the party. This is the main part of the party. This is when you get to just, you know what I'm saying? This is when everything slows down. And in my lengthy party history, I have never seen a fight break out during the slow dancing session. You know why? Because the guys, they're trying to get with that girl that they like, or they want to get rolled up. You want to get a twerk, but slow down, right? You want to dance with a girl. That's where everything is going left for y'all. Y'all have not embraced the slow dancing era. That's why I put these examples in these videos. So now you got the last type of dance music, which is a concept that I am trying to introduce called Riz dancing, right? So I had to go find an example for y'all because look, I'm trying to help y'all out, man. I want everybody to win. I want y'all to have fun again, man. That's why I made these videos. I'm going to tackle this topic, man, and I really want to break down why y'all should embrace all these dancing concepts. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that in 2025, but I pulled this video, man, for one of my favorite movies. Shout out to Martin Lawrence. Riz dancing is when you dancing with your partner and you're facing them, right? So you facing them. You might get them to twirl a little bit, you know. You facing your date and you dancing with her. Well, there's music out there meant for this type of dancing, right? So if you a teenager and you throw a party, this is the time, the slow dancing session, and again, this is new, the Riz dancing session can be the times where you get people to match up, you get people to date, you get people to link up. Because a party, you want people to have fun. The reason why all these kids is shooting up the parties because the frequency is too high. Everything is turned up, loud, kill, oh, shoot. You got to slow it down. The moment you start partying as a grown-up, the dynamics of the party shift. Once you become 21, you can drink, you can smoke, you can get hookah, you can watch exotic dancers, bottle girls come into play, sections come into play. It's just a different vibe, right? There are other things to keep you entertained once you become grown. As a teenager, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you have a curfew. What are you going to do to entertain yourselves? You have to dance. When I was young, there was a show locally called Dance 21.
Dance Club 21, let's go!
And all the teenagers would go on that show to dance. And I always wondered, why did our elders emphasize dancing to us so much? That's because they understood that teenagers have to dance to carry the party. If you're in a party for 3 hours as a teenager, you need to figure out how for 3 hours do I get my peers to dance? That should be your primary objective, right? Whereas if you're a grown-up and you have 3 hours to party, there's other things you could do, right? You could go to an exotic dancing club. There are TVs in some grown clubs, so you can watch TV. You can gamble. You can get a section. You can smoke, you can drink, you can mingle, you can people watch. That's what people do in grown clubs now. They people watch. You can chill. It's a different vibe. You know, I personally think that grown clubs are boring now, but listen, you have more options. As a kid and teenager, you don't have a lot of options. Y'all have to figure out the dancing formula. My goal is to tap in with the youth. We're going to bring them on and we're going to really teach them how to party. We're going to talk to them about why you should play different types of music at parties because of the frequency, because you have to balance everything out. You have to find R&B music to play to bring everything down, to slow everything down, to balance it out. Because if you keep playing this type of music, somebody is going to want to get violent.